Guys, it's been a big month for Invincible. We got a teaser trailer, a Mortal Kombat announcement, an Adam Eve special episode, and at long last, a release date. Let's get into it. So, as we continue to brave one of the most torturous hiatuses in the history of animated television, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's dive into this teaser and see what we can glean from it. Albeit short, there's actually a lot of information. So upon first viewing, I noticed that the television series will be covering everything. Like, I was sure they'd be skipping issue 15, in which Mark is tasked by Cecil to satisfy the ocean dominion of Atlantis by marrying the late Aquarius's widow, as is Atlantean tradition. It's a funny story, but definitely not the most plot pertinent. The fact that they do seem to be adapting this issue should quell any and all fears over subject matter being lost in translation, or adaptation. See, this line here can only be coming from Aquaria, Queen of Atlantis.
Welcome, son of he who slayed my husband.
In the teaser, we also see Mark penetrating Midnight City, which is Invincible's parody of Gotham, and the late Darkwing's stomping grounds. In the comics, which are being followed to the letter, Mark is sent by Cecil to investigate a series of murders in Midnight City. There are eyewitness reports naming Darkwing responsible. Wondering how this is possible because, well, he had a sidekick called Nightboy, who upon Darkwing's death took up the mantle himself. Darkwing II, as he's called, grows corrupted by the hopeless Midnight City and begins killing anyone who breaks the law. Obviously a satirical jab at Batman, who vows not to kill, fighting the same criminals ad nauseum in a forever uphill battle against a city on the brink. Darkwing II deems it easier to simply eliminate the opposition, but takes it past its ethical limit. We'll get to see Mark face off against this creep in a dimension only Darkwing II can access. It's called the Shadowverse.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
On a slightly lighter note, Mark looks to be fighting Doc Seismic and his League of Magnemites, failing to protect the Washington Monument in the process. Seismic really has it out for those US landmarks. Protesting only goes so far, I guess. We've also got Mark brawling against the Immortal, whose distrust of the human Viltrumites seems to boil over into fisticuffs. Mark and the Immortal had some beef in the comics, but it never came to blows, so it'll be interesting to see how their hostilities are intensified in the show. Moving on, let's take a look at this shot. Although brief, it lets us know that the show will be covering Angstrom Levy's comic introduction. I explained this entire sequence in the comic in my other video discussing Season 2 possibilities at length. In short, the first Angstrom Levy we meet is one whose dimension is turning to ruin at the bloody hands of Mark and Nolan together. Yeah, you heard me right. See, in most other realities, Mark ain't a good guy. This Angstrom is seen here with the public being addressed by Mark on a Times Square screen. If we could hear Mark in this shot, he'd be telling Earth to surrender and accept Viltrumite takeover. Luckily, just in time, this world's Angstrom is saved by our Angstrom, the primary Angstrom, and the only Angstrom who can dimension hop. In the trailer, we can hear actor Sterling K. Brown delivering a line as Angstrom, most likely speaking to the Angstrom whose world was destroyed by Mark.
Make him pay for what he did to your world.
Angstrom Levy's goal is to assimilate several of his interdimensional counterparts, giving him a broader understanding of the multiverse, thus bolstering his power. But because he breaks the Mauler twins out of prison to help with the necessary memory transference, Cecil takes notice and sends Mark to wreck shop. The teaser shows this initial conflict between Mark and Angstrom as Mark struggles against dozens of Mauler twins brought from other dimensions. Now, Sterling K. Brown is only one of several new cast members announced. The teaser hit us with a monster cast list, but with little assurance as to who's playing which character. From the limited sound bites included, we can surmise that Ben Schwartz is playing Shapesmith, the runaway Martian turned charismatic superhero who fled Mars disguised as US astronaut Russ Livingston. The real Russ, of course, left for dead and currently possessed by the hive-minded Sequids. In the teaser, we can hear Schwartz as Shapesmith pleading his case to Cecil or someone equally suspicious.
I am a normal human superhero.
We've also got SNL's very own Jay Farrow, presumed by me to be playing the Guardians of the Globe's new member, Zandel Randolph, aka Bulletproof. Bulletproof is an ambitious and exuberant hero with hidden shades of gray to be explored throughout the series. Zandel is a bit of a foil for Mark, mirroring his powers, suit, and bravado. He wears Art Rosenbaum's quote-unquote unsold merchandise. You know, the suit that was passed on by Mark in episode 1.
It's pretty loud.
And at one point in the comics, Zandel even bears the Invincible suit and name while Mark is out of commission for a while. Moving along, I find it important to mention the powerhouse actor and goddess among us, Rhea Seehorn, has joined Invincible. Don't have her pinned for a character just yet, maybe Claire Bono. I only hope her immense talent is put to adequate use. It's also been rumored that actor Scoot McNairy will be playing King Lizard, probably the one who says,
Kill first, ask questions later.
in the teaser. We've also been blessed with 3 voice acting legends joining the team. Peter Cullen as Thetis, Phil Lamar as maybe Darkwing II or Viltrumite Brute Lucan, or both, and spectacular Spider-Man himself, Josh Keaton, as... we don't really know. Fans are crossing their fingers and toes till they bleed for Keaton to reprise his role as Spider-Man for a crossover event during a trans-dimensional fight with Angstrom Levy. Anything's possible, but I'd bet money against the use of such a large IP. In my Season 2 predictions video, I proposed Mark and Nolan's confrontation will occur mid-season, and I'd like to double down on that, seeing as we'll experience a holiday season break after only 4 episodes. So expect a lot of... whew, gonna be nuts. Like the video and subscribe for more. I'm gonna keep the Invincible content a chuggin' and start branching out, I promise. Good stuff on the way. Till next time.